Hello and welcome to this presentation. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this. So I plan to keep it short and sweet as much as possible as I can. I want to make it concise for you to get as much value out of it as possible and just to get an understanding of my company Dynamize Media and how we can help the growth of your estate agency. So I'm going to be covering how to systemize your lead generation process for house sellers and buyers, and you're going to learn exactly how we can put in these systems to help your business. So if you don't know by now, my name's Oscar Burko. I've worked within two sectors within the real estate industry. I've worked self-employed as a property sourcer on behalf of investors. So that meant me actually putting up bandit boards, doing leaflet drops, all in the rain as well, sending out letters, getting word of mouth referrals. And I've also worked as a sales negotiator for one of the UK's top online estate agencies, which meant me being the first port of call for the vendors and finding the buyers for their homes, finding the best prices for them, and closing the deal. So I've worked from the start to the end of the customer journey for people that were selling the house. And this what gave me the idea to start a digital marketing agency to help estate agents get more sales and improve the lead automation because I seen that there was a gap where a lot of estate agencies were being left behind. But at the same time, there's a lot more simpler ways of actually attracting house sellers and buyers to come to work with you or to be your client. So who is this service for? If you know Facebook and Google Ads is the key to modern marketing and taking your business to the next level, but you have no clue how to do it properly, then this is for you. If you currently have a Facebook and or a Google campaign running, but you want to improve it, then this is definitely for you. Or if you want to use new marketing methods, maybe you're doing the methods that I mentioned before that I was doing. You're out in the rain, you're handing out leaflets, you're putting up bandit boards, and you just want to have a simple, more effective way of generating more leads and clients, then this is definitely for you. Now, this isn't to say that handing out leaflets and getting word of mouth referrals isn't great. I believe it's an old school method that still works, and if it works for you, you should continue to do it. This is just a way to add a new string to your bow. Now also increase the number of buyer and seller leads, which I'm guessing is pretty much the obvious. Maybe you're doing everything, but you just want to have a more systemized way of doing it. This is definitely for you. Or maybe you just want to have more time for your family. You want to, delegate areas of your business so that you can take more time for your family and take trips and stuff like that. And this is definitely for you. Or maybe you just want to have more time to focus on other areas of your business. So you may wear or hold four titles. You're the sales negotiator, you're the marketer, you're the accountant, and you're the sales progressor. So you're doing everything, and you just want to just take a step back, let people who are specialized in each field to handle the different parts and cogs to make the system easier in your business for you to work in your business. So we can take care of the marketing sides of things. Maybe you just want to dominate your area and be the number one agent. You've got the desire, the hunger to, be the number one agent. You want to have the systems in place to go out there and be the face in your local area so people know who to go to when it comes to selling or buying a house. So I'm going to be covering a top three marketing tools, my three top marketing tools that we use in Dynamize Media. One of them is Google Ads. So we're going to learn why Google Ads works best for people who want a service today. Facebook Ads, why Facebook works best as a long-term strategy. And Facebook Messenger bots, why you'll be left behind if you don't apply this to your estate agency. So just starting with Google Ads. Now, Google, if you don't know by now, is the biggest online search network. So I know there's others out there like Bing and Yahoo, etc. But Google is the biggest. It's in the palm of everybody's hands. Everybody can access it, and it's great. It's like a library. So people use it to find a service as well. So when people are actually looking to find a service such as how to sell my house, or estate agencies in Manchester or London, wherever you may be. You know, it connects to keywords, and if you have Google Ads running as a campaign, you can put in these keywords which connect to the campaign. And when people search for these, you know, when they type in certain keywords, you know, your website, your landing page can pop up, and that is how you can be seen, and that is how you can generate the clients. Now that all works if done correctly, if the system flows correctly, which I'm going to speak a little bit more about later. And and we'll speak about how we can connect you to people looking for your service. So according to Google, businesses make an average of $2 in revenue for every $1 they spend on Google Ads. So that is great. You know, you put in $1 in, you're getting 2 back. You know, that's what you want really on average. And ads in the top position have an average of 7.94% click-through rate. So if how Google works is it works through rankings. If your website is on the front page from when that person searches a service, so if they search to how to sell their house, or you know, anything relating to selling a house or buying a house, if your page comes up higher on the ranking, then you've got more chance of being, you know, clicked on and somebody using your service. So Google dominates mobile search advertisement. It takes 97% of mobile search spend. 97%. That's crazy, because when you think about it, it makes sense. Now, with people having the phones in the palm of the hand, you know, how accessible is it to find a service that you need? How accessible is it just by Google as an app, you know, on people's phones? On your phone, you can literally type in anything you want and find it on Google. So it makes a massive difference. If you've got your ads running correctly, then you will be seen. So just moving to Facebook ads. Now, Facebook ads is a little bit different from Google. And the reason for that is because it's a social media platform, which means most people aren't going there to search for a service. However, with the right type of targeting, they can be found through visual advertisement, because Facebook is a little bit more visual in the sense that you get the text, you get the images, you get the videos, and it has a diverse and large user base because everybody's on it. There's over 2 billion people using Facebook. It gives you a lot of market to tap into, and we can actually use Facebook to attract people who have come to your website through Google. So if they've initially come to your website through Google, we can create a pixel on the page, on your landing page, and that will attract them on Facebook, which I'll speak a little bit more about later on how that works. And Facebook ads often come in a form of a newsfeed style. So, you know, the ads, they integrate directly into your Facebook feed, and they look like a normal post. So you may be seeing a post, you might have come across a few posts, and when you actually look underneath, it says sponsored ad, and that is because somebody's using the marketing to attract you to things you like. So you can use interests or pages that people have, pages that you've clicked on maybe, and you like or you follow, and Facebook can find you through the algorithms, and that is how we can generate leads on Facebook. And you can engage through the post, as I mentioned earlier, through the video or the images and the text. So if you've got a video which is enticing and it shows your brand, or it shows a house that you're selling, you can use that to, you know, attract your client. And also with the images as well, and also text. If if you have good copyright, if your copyright is good, you can actually create a story, or if you can create a short like summary of words which will entice your client to take an action through a link that you put into the Facebook ad. Now, Facebook Messenger bots, this links to Facebook, of course. Now, Facebook Messenger bots is a big one, and it's great for customer interaction. And the reason for that is because it plays along like you're just messaging, you know, it's conversational, and it's a little bit different to email. In fact, it's a lot different to email because it's more of an instant response. And a survey was done by Oracle, and it showed that 80% of businesses want a chatbot in place by 2020. Now, this short video I'm doing is being made in 2019, but 2020 is literally around the corner. So if you've not got that in place right now, then you're already being left behind. And this is what we can put in place for you. Now, there's a 70 to 80% open rate within the first 60 minutes. The first 60 minutes, there's a 70 to 80% open rate. That is crazy. That is phenomenal. That is, that blows emails, it blows emails out the water. And that's just not to say emails don't work, but this is like when emails first came out. This is the next best thing. And a lot of businesses, a lot of brands are catching on to this, and you don't want to be left behind. You don't really don't want to be left behind. You want to make this work, and you want to make this part of your estate agency. And you can also re-engage customers. So the bots can retain information, which means you can pick up from where you left off. So let's just say, for example, we market to a few prospects out there, and there's a prospect who wasn't ready to sell the house. So we can create an automatic follow-up later on down the line, maybe like 3 months down the line, or however long they decide that they want to sell through from the first time you get the information from them. We can create like a little follow-up, and we can ask them if they're ready to sell a house. And that's massive, because it saves you a lot of time in catching up to all your follow-ups. But at the same time, it allows you to work on the hotter leads while you've got something running in the background, which will catch the leads that are a little bit more colder, that are not ready to go yet. And that's how you can keep them engaged. And you can identify the leads as well. So as your bot greets the potential clients or customers, it can identify the needs, asking basic questions like what's your budget for the house, or how many bedrooms is the house. You could even ask how many houses do they have, if we're targeting like landlords. And immediately you can direct that high quality lead to a human sales team, which could either be yourself or it could be a sales representative. Because at the same time, yeah, we can have the bots, but we don't want to make it like a spam sort of thing. We don't want to make it spammy. We want to make sure that you're able to engage, get the information quickly from the potential client, and then we can get on the phone and we can ask the further qualifying questions to make sure that it's a hot lead for you to go out and see. So how does this all go together? So it goes together through the use of funnels. Now I've just created a quick funnel here, which is an example of how it would work. So I'm just gonna start off by giving you an idea on how I made it. I mean, usually they say you need 7 to 8 or 9 touch points before you make the sale in sales. So I've done it on the back of this. I mean, now this is how it would work. Starting from the left side, if somebody has been searching for a service such as to sell a house or to get a home valuation, whatever keyword they type in, we have the AdWords campaign running, and this will be the first touch point. Then they will see the landing page, which will be your landing page, and that'll be the second touch point. Then they'll get the qualifying questions, and then they will get a phone call, which will be you or a sales representative, which will give them a phone call and ask the further questions such as how much equity they have in their home, if they're ready to sell now, etc. Then we'll view the house if all is well. Then the house will be listed if all is well, and you get to sell the house. And that's all in 7 steps, which is a nice flow, because you need to remember here that we're not just selling key rings or anything like that. It's not going to be an impulse buy. We want to make sure that the customer, the potential client, potential vendor has a smooth sailing operation once they come to you, because the best thing about this as well is that it's inbound leads. These are people that are searching for a service, so they start off here, they're searching here to get a service from yourself, and then they come to the landing page, and then the landing page has to be good as well. So if you don't have a landing page already, we can create one for you, but the landing page has to attract them. It has to look good enough for them to put their details in, and then we can get them through a series of questions. And then on the back of that, for the questions at the end, we can give them a number to call, which will be unique to you, and it will link to your inbound sales number. So this is a number that we would give, and this is how we can track how many calls are being made. Now, if you don't want to have the call, coming inbound, you can you can also call them, and we'll set up like a notification to go to your phone, and to go to your email as well, for you to give them a call as soon as possible. Now, let's just say they make it to, they don't get as far as the 7th point. They don't even get to the 3rd point. So they get to point 2, which is a landing page, and then they, for whatever reason, their dog's barking in the background, or they need to answer the door, they left the food in the stove, who knows, but for whatever reason they just leave the phone, and then they leave it, they come, and then what happens though? When somebody leaves the phone, they're 10 times out of 10 they're going to come back to the phone within a certain amount of time, and then they're going to go on Facebook. I pretty much think going on Facebook is a habit at this point for a lot of people. So this will take them back to point 1, which will be on Facebook. But now the difference is, because we've set up a tracker on a landing page, like a Facebook pixel, this can track them on Facebook, and we can advertise to them, and we can use a visual advertisement, a form of visual advertisement, such as a video, an image, some text, and then we can attract them to click on the advertisement, and we can send them to a messenger bot. Now with the messenger bot, we can ask them a series of questions that we had here on a landing page, and again we can get them to stage 4, which is the phone call, finding out how much equity they have in the home, all the other qualifying questions you'd ask. Then the house viewing, point 5, point 6, the house viewing, and then the sale of the house. So yeah, that's how it would generally work. Now this is just one example of a funnel. There's many funnels that we can put in place, but this is just one of the examples. So after all of this, once you do get the the system in place, what we will give you is a weekly analytics report. So you get weekly updates, and this is important because we want to make sure that you know exactly where each and every penny is going. So there's no point just putting something in place and then being like a scattergun and not knowing where the money's coming, not knowing where the leads are coming from. So we can connect it to Facebook, Google, and then we can track them. And this is good for us because it allows us to know what's working and what to scale and what to knock off. You'll also get lead notification, as I said earlier, with call tracking. So you'll never miss a lead again. You'll get notifications and have the leads synced to your CRM if you have one. And you'll also have an email notification as well, and that'll put on some reminders as well on your phone. So you'll get on phone notifications, whether that can be SMS notifications as well. We can put that up if you desire. And the call tracking, as I mentioned earlier, we can put a number that is unique to your number, which will be your sales, inbound number, and whether that be mobile or the office line, and we can track the calls as well, so we know exactly what is working from the start to the finish. So just to go over what you will get, you'll get Google Marketing to take advantage of the Google Ads campaign. We can do that for you. We'll set up the campaigns. The Facebook campaign, we'll set that up for you as well. Make sure that you're having the images, the text all done in a manner to get your brand out there as well. Facebook bots marketing, we want to make sure that we're setting them up right. We're not making them spammy. We have the templates ready to go to put in place for you. The copywriting, so when it comes to Facebook, we want to make sure that we're saying the right words that will put your business, your estate agency, in the best light. And video marketing, if you don't have a video already, we can create one to represent your brand, get your brand, make it some brand exposure. Lead notifications, you get lead notifications to your phone, to your email. You'll know exactly when and where your leads are coming from. You get the weekly reports, the analytics. You know exactly where and how much is being spent. So would a system like this be suitable for your business? So ask yourself, I mean, from what you've seen so far, do you feel like a system, what I've mentioned before, we put in, you know, if it was to be put in place for you, how much time would that save you? How much efficient would that make you, you know, if you had the notifications coming through on your phone, if you had leads just coming through on to your phone or to your computer, to your CRM, ready for you to call. If you had the videos, the texts and the images and the Facebook Messenger bots all put in place for you to being systemized, how would that be for you? If you feel like it'd be good, then guess what? You're going to be the only person that I work with, that, you know, Dynamize Media, my company, works with in the area. So the only reason for that is because we want to make sure that you're getting the best result. And as I mentioned earlier, we want to make sure that you're dominating your area. You're going to be the only client we work with in your area. And that's because, you know, for simple reasons, really, we want to make sure that, you know, there's no shady business going on. I don't want to be working with you and then working with, you know, Tom Jones Estate Agency, you know, 5 doors down. That doesn't work, and that's not how I roll. So if you like everything so far, maybe you're questioning a bit. Oh, you know, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if it'll work for me, etc., etc. Then, you know, I'm gonna put in performance-based ads. So what I mean by that is, you know, you don't pay until you get results. So you don't have to pay me nothing until you get results. So what I mean by that is we can give a free 30-day trial. So you're going to get a whole 30 days, to see how this works. And you'll see exactly what's coming in. You'll see the reports. You know, you're going to see everything for a whole 30 days. Now, the only thing that you'll have to pay for is the marketing to Facebook and to Google, because Mr. Mark Zuckerberg wants his Facebook money, and I'm sure the Google CEO, you know, that he wants his money as well. So unfortunately, this is not something that I'm going to cover because, you know, I've put a lot of skin in the game. I'm putting my time in there. I'm putting my time into the systems. I've put, you know, a lot of effort has gone into this. So unfortunately, I can't cover this, but I think that's a fair deal. For 30 days, you get, you know, my service at no cost. So I won't charge you for anything. But all you pay is for, you know, the campaigns to, you know, Google and the Facebook advertisements. Even if Facebook Messenger bots, I'm putting that in place myself, and that costs me money to do that as well. So in 30 days, you'll be able to try it out. You know, you'll see if it's for you. You know, so, you know, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm putting my time where my mouth is. I'm looking to get you the results because I want to make sure that, you know, you're the number one person, number one estate agency in your area. And, you know, yeah. So if you like that, you know, then we can get on the phone. We can have a chat. And if you are interested, then as I said, there's a lot of time going into this, so I can only take 3 clients this month. And, you know, that's not me using scare tactics or anything like that. That's simply because, you know, I want to make sure that for each and every client that I have, you know, you know, we're putting in the best effort. And that's just what I'm able to do. You know, I want to make sure that, you know, you're getting the best effort, you're getting the best results. So you can book your free strategy call now, and, you know, this strategy call, I do advise you to be open and honest. We want to make sure that, you know, you're getting the best out of it. We want to make sure that, you know, firstly, if we're right for each other, we may not be even right for each other. It may be something that you're interested in, and you may find it yourself that, okay, well, you know, you're not ready. So to make it short and sweet, I mean, you know, you have to be ready to invest. So, you know, please be ready to invest, you know, into this, you know, to get the best results. But at the same time, we want to make sure that, you know, you're where you are, where you want to go. Want to know about your goals. Want to make sure that, you know, this is going to be the right thing. So it's just a strategy call, which will be 20 minutes. If that, I'll say 20 minutes roughly. It's for us to get to know each other and take it from there. So I'll leave a little link somewhere around this video. Just it'll just be a scheduled call to book in. Just book in a call. We can get on a phone. We can have a chat, and we can take from there. Thanks for watching this. I do appreciate it, and take care. Have a great day.